Hey, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're back with EOS Ignite. This is our second conference of the year. We did our very first one just not too long ago, a few months ago, and we got over 1,100 people to register, so I was excited about that. Yeah, this time around, we're doing something a little bit more narrow. Just a quick background. My name is June Dam. I'm the founder of EOS Ignite. Love to educate, share content on EOS, yeah, this is exciting. So if everyone can hear me or see me, just say something. I know Rhett just said, hey, hello, Rhett from EOS Amsterdam, Elin, Justin Buck, Josh Kaufman. So there's a lot of great people out there listening right now. So this is a Kyle from EOS Vibes. So yeah, this is just our intro, especially for those that are not familiar with this platform. I just wanted to go through just how this works. This is purely a webcast conference. You can chat on the side. You make comments on the right side, and you can see people chatting, so you can engage. On the left-hand side, there's a schedule up there, and you can select which sessions you want to go to. There'll be live sessions going on, but if you go to a previous session, there'll be a replay. So that's just on the left. I'm not sure if I'm actually pointing to the right area, but it's on the left side of your dashboard. So the other thing you want to keep in mind is that at the bottom, you can actually, if it gets too cluttered on the right side chat panel, you can actually ask a question. There's a ask a question button that you could click at the bottom of the screen. We have also polls, which is exciting. This is one of the great things about this platform. And I think someone asked a question. So, Josh, I think humorously is, asking why ask a question. And so, when there's a presenter and you're and you want to understand what they're talking about or have some clarification, it's a great way to get more clarification, and you can kind of engage with the presenter. And you can also upvote these. So if it's a good question, you can actually upvote it. If it's something you wanted to ask, you can upvote it, so it'll go up the list when you actually when we see this question. So there's also so I forgot to ask, there's people out there. Bill Maher says there's a watch party in Phoenix. So where is everybody from? I know, if you're a blog producer, sometimes your location is with your name. So we have Amsterdam, we have Canada, we have Phoenix. Where else is everyone from? Bonjour, I assume that's French, or maybe in Daniel's in Toronto, Ireland, UK. Oh, okay. I thought EOS Vibes was in Southern California, but Kansas City, Denver in the house. So yeah, really, this is for everywhere, everyone around the world. People in Asia are probably sleeping right now, so they'll probably hop in a little bit later, watch some of the replays. So the other big thing I wanted to make sure is there's a poll, or actually two polls. And so if you haven't voted, and you don't have to vote right now, you can wait till the end of the conference, but you can vote at any time. I think there's two critical issues, since this is really a governance conference. And let me see. Okay, so there's two polls. If you go down to the poll section, do you support base layer arbitration on EOS? I think that's a critical issue. We've been debating back and forth in the various Telegram channels and elsewhere. So that seems to be a very big question for everybody. So that's the first question. Do you support base layer arbitration? That's the first one. You can vote at any time. You have to go back to this session 1 to, or actually, I think it's either session 0 or session, I think this is session 0 right now, as it's described there. And you have to go back here to do the voting. So you can't vote at kind of a later session, but just come back here to the first session and go ahead and vote. And so we have already 31 votes. So please go ahead and do that. The second big question is, should the EOS community first have a referendum on base layer arbitration before voting on constitutions, a charter, or user agreements? So that's another big question. I mean, should we answer the first question in a referendum before we decide on, how to, what constitutions to propose? There's a couple of reasons for this, because, if we have too many constitutions, certain constitutions might dilute others, so that we may not have kind of the one constitution that people really want, because others have maybe diluted them away. The other, I think, reason that you may want to do a referendum first is that, people, have been working on constitutions for a long time. So if this turns out one way or the other, then people can maybe edit their constitution or adjust their constitutions to either have or not have base layer arbitration. So gives a lot of people more opportunity to update their constitution after that referendum. So that's the second poll question. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys vote. This is very important. Just to, this is the reason why we're doing a governance conference and not just a general conference, because this is so important. And I know most people are out there thinking, I don't even vote myself, and so why is this, why is this any different? But I'll tell you, this is very different, because as a token holder and as a supporter of DPoS, or delegated proof of stake technology, your vote actually matters. You have a direct effect on the outcome of the system. That's the difference. I mean, if you vote in general politics, people don't like politics, and they vote, it's like you don't have a direct effect on what happens. You may have an indirect effect, but whatever you do, whatever you vote on, actually can change the code of the system. You're changing the machine based on how you vote and what you think is the best course for EOS. So you can actually change the future. No matter how many tokens you have, it's going to make a difference, and a direct difference. And the value of the token is also affected. There's many other factors, of course, but it does have a direct effect. And we're kind of like partners in this. Like, as a token holder, we're partners. We're not. That's kind of our relationship. And as partners in the business or in this ecosystem, we can help each other when we make good decisions, and we learn about how we think that the system should be designed. So really, tell everybody, they should get involved. This is delegated proof of stake. This is by design, that you actually can make a direct difference on the ongoing operations of the system. So hope you guys stay active. Be active voting. Don't maybe associate it with kind of regular traditional politics, but just vote because you want to make EOS better. That's my pitch to you guys. So I will answer a question here. Rhett has one. So should the available constitution charters be professionally reviewed and only put up for voting when it passes the expert quality criteria? So that's a good question. How experienced are all of us in voting on things like this? But if anybody has an answer, please go ahead and put that in the chat window. I'll answer for myself. I would say that, everybody who has a stake will have, I think, the ability or the desire to want to vote on these constitutions and charters. And they should, because it directly affects them. So it may be helpful to maybe professionally review it somehow, to at least have some expert opinion about certain constitutions, charters. But I'd say, we're the biggest stakeholders. So ultimately we have to decide. So it's always, we can always get some supportive opinions from other experts out there. And, ultimately, I think we're the experts here because we know blockchain technology and we have the most interest. So this is that's pretty much it. Any other questions? A great question, Rhett. And please ask that to others as well as people present. So I think that's pretty much it. One last thing I forgot to mention. I recently, as a co-founder, joined EOS San Francisco. So I am so excited about that. I'm kind of with all the block producers out there, you know, it's kind of where I'm part of the crew now, I guess. So excited to be part of EOS San Francisco here in the local Bay Area. You know, this is a San Francisco, Silicon Valley Bay Area, so we want to be a beacon for all the startups and all the tech scene in kind of one of the epicenters of the technology and innovation in the world. And so once we are a beacon for them, then we can push out to the broader public and be a bridge to adoption. So really excited about that, and you know, we aim to do big things here. So really, it's great to be part of the gang if you're a block producer out there. So I think that's about it. I will kind of leave it at that. So you could just sit back and relax here, and we'll go to the next session. And Daniel Keys is going to be opening up about an update on our referendum. So just you could sit back here for a few minutes, and we'll get started in the next session. Thanks so much, guys. Any final questions before I leave? We go to the next session. Okay, cool. Sounds good, guys. I'll see you in a little bit. Take care.